Imagine standing on the side of a mountain where one wrong step could send you hundreds of feet into the abyss. For most animals, this would be impossible. But for wild goats, it is home. High above the forests, these remarkable animals move across cliffs so steep that even experienced climbers would struggle to stand on them. They walk along tiny ledges, climb across unstable rocks, and sometimes appear to hang almost vertically from the side of a mountain. And the question is simple. Why would an animal choose to live in such a dangerous place? The answer is survival. Wild goats live in mountainous environments where food can be scarce and predators are always searching for an opportunity. On the ground, a goat can become an easy target for wolves, mountain lions, and other predators. But high on the cliffs, the situation changes completely. The same terrain that is dangerous for a predator can become a fortress for a goat. A mountain lion may be incredibly powerful, but chasing a wild goat across a nearly vertical cliff is another matter entirely. The goat knows that safety is often found where danger seems greatest, but this raises another mystery. How can these animals move across such terrifying terrain without constantly falling? The secret begins with their feet. Wild goats have specially adapted hooves designed for climbing. Their hooves are hard and sharp around the edges, allowing them to grip small irregularities in the rock. But there is something even more remarkable. The soft inner part of the hoof can provide additional traction against the surface. This combination allows the animal to place its feet on incredibly small areas of rock. Sometimes, a single hoof may rest on a ledge barely wider than a few centimeters, and yet the goat remains balanced. Every movement is calculated. Before placing a foot forward, the animal studies the terrain. It doesn't simply run blindly across the cliff. Its body is also perfectly adapted for this lifestyle. Strong legs provide explosive power when climbing upward, while flexible joints allow the animal to adjust its position on uneven surfaces. And its incredible sense of balance helps keep its center of gravity close to the mountain. This is especially important because the greatest danger isn't always a predator. Sometimes, it is the mountain itself. Loose stones can move without warning. A sudden rock slide can destroy a safe path in seconds. Rain can make surfaces slippery. Snow and ice can transform a familiar route into a deadly trap. And one mistake can be enough. Yet these animals continue climbing. They do it because the mountain offers something that the valleys cannot: security, food, and space. During certain seasons, wild goats climb toward higher elevations where vegetation grows between rocks and where fewer competitors can reach them. Their ability to survive in these extreme environments gives them access to resources that other animals simply cannot exploit. For a young goat, however, this life is especially dangerous. Young animals must learn where to step, which rocks are stable, and how to follow their mothers across difficult terrain. Watching a mother goat move across a cliff is like watching a master teach an ancient skill. Step by step, the young one follows. Sometimes the distance between life and death is only a few inches. A misplaced hoof, a loose stone, a moment of panic, and the mountain can become unforgiving. But somehow, these animals continue. They climb higher. They cross narrow ledges. They disappear behind rocks and emerge on the other side as if the impossible were completely ordinary. Perhaps that is what makes wild goats so fascinating. They do not avoid danger entirely. Instead, they have evolved to live where danger is everywhere. The cliffs that threaten their lives also protect them. The steep slopes that seem impossible to cross become their refuge. And the very environment that would defeat most creatures becomes the place where they thrive. When we look closely at these animals, we see something extraordinary. Every hoof, every muscle, every instinct, every movement has a purpose. The precision with which these creatures navigate the mountains reminds us of how remarkably complex life can be. For those who see creation through the eyes of faith, it is difficult not to recognize the greatness of God in such details. The wild goat does not need roads. It does not need bridges. It does not need maps. It simply carries within itself the remarkable abilities necessary to survive in a world of cliffs and abysses. And perhaps the greatest lesson is this: what looks like a place of impossible danger can also become a place of protection. High above the ground, where the wind moves through the rocks and the valleys disappear beneath them, wild goats continue their ancient journey, one careful step at a time, always balanced between survival and the abyss. And as we watch them disappear into the mountains, we are reminded that nature is filled with mysteries far greater than we often imagine. Because sometimes, the most dangerous places on Earth are also the places where life reveals its greatest secrets.